When we attempt to rate how we're feeling, we call that a rate of perceived exertion chart. And you're probably familiar with this. It's important to know there's two scales, the Borg scale and the modified Borg scale. I say this just in case you see the Borg scale numbers somewhere. They're rated from 6 to 20. And it's a widely recognized system in sports and clinical settings, but it doesn't always make sense to the average person who thinks, how am I feeling on a scale from 1 to 10? Now, these are the zones. There's actually four of them, but I left off the fourth zone because if you're beginning, you're probably not going to go near it for a little bit. What you need to know is that zone one is for recovery, and I put it's 50 to 60% of your max heart rate. You probably don't need to know your max heart rate right now or what percentages, but it's just helping you understand what these all look like across the board. So this is an easy ride that requires no attention to sustain pace or maintain a conversation. All right, this is definitely a place that's kind of hard to maintain if you're used to going faster. It actually takes a lot of attention. Endurance is zone two. This is where you build your base and burn fat. It's continuous conversation is still possible, but it's less comfortable. Recovery from these workouts can sometimes take greater than 24 hours. Okay? I say this because it's natural to fall into zone two all the time and to push yourself in that place and skip the zone one recovery, but you may still need to recover from zone two training. Zone three is aerobic capacity. It's a tempo ride. So training here improves aerobic fitness, power, and strength. It's where you'll work when you do intervals and it feels uncomfortable but possible. And here's where it comes together. You can see the modified Borg 1 to 10 on the left hand side. And then you can see the zones, zone 1, 2, 3, and I put in 4 in this case. And that corresponds to the RPE. So you can get a feel for however you want to tune into your body and what that feels like for you. What I try to describe here is that if you're maxed out, you're absolutely at a 10 on your RPE, then your recovery is going to have to dip way into zone 1. If you're doing a longer duration interval, so 3 minutes, 4 minutes, and longer, then your fluctuations will be a lot softer. You're going into zone three and you can recover in zone two. The other thing to understand is that your rate of perceived exertion may be dependent on muscular stamina or cardiovascular fitness. So sometimes your lungs can do what your legs can't. So if it if it feels like you're running in mud, you want to go harder, but your legs say nope. This might be an RPE of 9 because of muscular fatigue. If you're just plain winded and you can't catch your breath, this might be an RPE of 9 because you've reached your cardiovascular capacity.